Greetings, beloved earth angels. I am Kryon of the magnetic service, and I am here to come into your presence, to step into your arenas, and bring to you yet again the encouragement and the wisdom from on high. For truly there have been the statements so far presented in many, many times, so above, so below. But we have not heard the statement spoken as glibly and as easily as it has been for this last 12 months or so within your calendars. But we would have you know, dear ones, that there is a parting of the seas. There is a coming whirlwind, such as the one that raised up Elijah in the chariot of fire and took him to the very heights of the heavens to be with the Creator. These whirlwinds of fire are not destructive. They are indeed the whirlwinds of change, the whirlwinds that are bringing in the new dimensions, the paradigm shift that is so required at this moment, to bring into your awarenesses the very changes, the very shifts, the very dynamics that are required for you to step into the newness and into the power that you are. Oh, beloveds, I could sit with you and I could say this new year is to bring great joy, wealth, abundance, and great, magnificent openings to you. And yes, there is that as well. But it would not truly be in your best interest. It would not truly be in that which is the very frequency of honesty, because it is what you know as your everyday awareness, that every moment, every breath that you breathe in abundance, you breathe in the creation, you breathe in all of this greater expansion. And so for one such as myself to come and say the year is beginning and it is going to be a time of, and to lead you down a path of information that you partly already know, is to do a disservice to your intelligence and to your energy. But rather, it is that we come to you and remind you perhaps of home. Remind you that you are indeed here on this realm at home. And yet you are also at home when you are off planet, when you are within the meditative state and you allow yourself to be removed from the drama and the dirge of this world and taken to a place of great reprieve, home. For your spirit, your journey is going on, is a very distinct journey. Your spirit, your God spark, that part of you that is the eternal soul, is progressing, is going into a great dance, shall we say, of that which is before it. The dance is such that you will be learning to take steps that will sidetrack, which will go around, which will deviate. And these sound like words that you would go, oh, hang on. Why must I sidetrack? Why must I deviate? Why must I go around something and do this? And this is because in this dance that is coming to you, there are going to be shall we call them, stalactites and stalagmites that are going to be in front of you. And no matter what you do to remove these stalactites and stalagmites, they are going to remain. And so it is up to you to learn. Do I dance around this? Do I deviate my path slightly to the north, the south, the east, the west? Do I go around? Do I go up? Do I go under? Do I go over? How do I navigate this situation? And so it is that this year of 2022 is going to be a year of great change. And now this is something that you instinctively already know, for we come through year after year, a year of change, a year of this, a year of that. But the change that is coming in this year is not, shall we say, the bubbles that tickle one's nose. It is the bubbles of, shall we say, the unrested stomach, where you are uneasy. And why do we say this at the beginning of the year? Why do I not pronounce love and light and great peace upon you? Because that, my dear friends, is always with you. But there is a coming that is a thrust, a parry of the enemy that is against you, of the dark energy. And it is going to try, no matter where you are in the world, to bring you down, to present to you in many, many ways how dismal and sad the circumstance and situation is around you, and how it is so easy for you to become enlightened, to become so normal, to become this and that by following what is placed before you. Follow the path of ease, of easiness, instead of this difficult thing that you have done by choosing to be aloof, by choosing to be in your way of being of truth and the I amness. Leave that, the dilemmas will tell you. Leave it and come and join the masses of comfort, of being normal. And yet we would say this is the bubbles in your stomach. This will be the unease when you hear this. For you will have a tendency, a leaning to go, oh, but why not? Everything has become so hard. And I am not saying this out of judgment, because there are going to be moments in the forthcoming year that you will literally want to throw your hands in the air, beloved, and say, it is too hard. I give up. Why? And this is because the final parry, the final dalliance and thrust of the sword of the enemy is coming to the point where the desperation is being shown. And it is, shall we say, to coin a phrase, the darkest of darkest before the morning breaks. Before dawn is always dark. And this is something we have utilized time and time again. But if you can prepare yourselves for another 24 months, definitely 12 months of hard going. Now you may say, Kryon, but no, we want ease. And this is what we will tell you. There will be moments of ease. There will be times of rest where things will seem to flow in that ease and the grace. But these are moments where your enemy is taking in its quadrants, where they are gathering their last effort. This year is going to be their last big effort, because they are seeing more and more around the world are waking to the truth. And you are the forerunners and have been forerunners. in your own sections, in your own areas of energy work. You have not always agreed with what has come forward and been presented to you, but beloved, what we are saying to you at this moment is that you are in the most perfect place that you could possibly be. For in this place, you are being defined by your own energy. You are being prepared for the next wave that is coming. And this wave is not a wave of negativity. It is the wave of the divine energy rolling out upon the surface of your realm. And as it comes, as the surface comes and meets with the wave, and as the wave turns and meets with the surface, there is going to be a tsunami effect of energy. And those who have remained steadfast and true in their dignity, their honor, their knowing, their I am, the true values of being the earth angels, of being those of the ascended journey, will remain in this place of knowing that all is breaking around them, and yet within them and within their arena is steadfastness and truth. There is, shall we say, no major big one event that is going to shatter the beliefs and the foundations of many, many people. It is, as we have said, lots of little things that have been evolving and being revealed. And it is this that we bring to you at the beginning of the year for two things. One, so we can get it out of the way and concentrate on what we truly wish to focus on in this oncoming year. And secondly, to encourage you and to make you aware that yes, there are going to be tremors and there are going to be movements within the energy that will cause you to look, to double take, to even triple take what you are seeing and perceiving. And you will ask yourself, is this valid? Is this true? Is this what I should be aware of? And the answer is yes, yes, and yes. Because when you begin to see the crumbling going on around you, it is not the time to rejoice. It is not the time to go, oh, we were right, we were right. It is the time to gather together and send energy to bring stability into the lives of those who are being demolished. Because they have placed their faith and their trust in something that is not a good foundation. In terms of the old biblical way, they have trusted in the sand and they have built their houses on sand instead of rock and mountainside. So when the earthquake and the tremors come, the sand shifts and the houses are destroyed. This does not make you better than. It makes you ones who have listened to the information and you have taken on board and you have allowed yourself to become wise people. Beloved humans, it is time to see beyond the veil of the complex movies that have been put before you, and you are being asked at this moment to see through the veil, to see beyond what is there, to begin to hear the numerology, to hear the signs, and the words and the droplets of information that are being placed before you in the vast amount of truth that is coming out in areas that you would not believe truth to come from. There are many that are divulging information through the arts and through the musics. Listen. Listen to what is being shared. It is not all very pretty. There are some things that are being shown that are harsh. But when you look at all of the steps taken, the overview is victory. This year is a year of trial for many, many thousands. The trial is the trial of their heart. They are going to have to undergo great truth seeking. No matter where they are on the scale of have and have-nots and maybes, in conjunction with this injection. But thousands, if not millions, are going to come to the point where they are going to have to choose one way or the other. Not do I take a jab or not take a jab. They're going to have to take a choice of believing there is a divine creator, and the divine creator has a plan and a purpose for what is happening, or they are going to believe it is still hogwash, a story to entertain young children. And the reason we are saying this is because in the second 12 months, there are going to be more and more revelations of truth. And those who have chosen to believe in the divine creator of all and all that it pertains, the source connection, the source coding, the God spark, the energy creative, the divine masculine, the divine feminine. All of these parts of the divine creator are going to be revealed more and more through various streams of energetic connection. You have been crying out for a first contact, and yet you have had multiple first contacts. But now there are going to be, in your next 12-month period, so in 2 years' time, you are going to hear more and see more of this revelation of both the dark and the light being exposed, of entities. You are going to see the great changes of your world. What we would say to you is, at this moment, they are going to start bringing to you more and more fear. The climate is changing. This is going to be the new fear factor. This is going to be the new way of doing it. Now, yes, they have used climate control against you before, but it has been generic. It has been, oh, the oceans, oh, the rivers, oh, the ice pack, oh, this, oh, this, oh, this, and we must. But now they are going to make it such where they're going to start destroying food groups. They're going to start saying you cannot eat from things from the ground. You must only eat scientifically created food. And this is to save the world's oxygen and to save the world's air and its trees and animals, because there is too much of the greenhouse effect. And you cannot burn wood, and you cannot do this, and you cannot do that, because of the high content of various chemicals in the air. And it's going to become more and more of a paradox, because you are going to see through this, and you're going to see how it is a lie, how it is something that is totally made up. And yet there are going to be those who have been gullible in this first arena, and they will believe it. And they will start to ingest this food substance that is from science labs, cloned, scientifically put together. And I would say to you, do not consume this. They have been introducing it through your fast food outlets. There are a few that have been, shall we say, especially in the Americas, in the continent or the island of England, some of the Northern Hemisphere European towns, and in some of the places here in Australia, they have been introducing, shall we call it very loosely, meat that is not meat. And it is not soy-based meat either. It is something entirely different. But they have not told you. And so nobody is aware of it. Now is the time in this preparation of 2022 to begin to observe your energy fields. Because now is the time, dear ones, where as you become aware of all of the dynamics and the paradigm shifts that are happening around you, that you are going to be, for your own health, your own awareness, very conscious of what you ingest, both in water, in flavored drinks, in alcohol, in foods, and even in the supplements that you purchase. One would advise you to perhaps not go to the big pharma brands of supplements, but to go back to the original chemist, the one who uses herbology, the one who uses the body language to tell you, the naturopath, the shaman, who will read the energy of your body and say, you need to eat this, you need to ingest this is the best for you, and will make it up there and then. It is time to bring back the old ways of chemistry, the original alchemy of chemistry. Dear ones, it is time to be aware of what you put in your body, because this coming year and the years following are requiring of you alertness, sensitivity, and especially as you are going to be in positions where you cannot always know who is on the left or the right of you. But you can be ensured that your body is at the most, the premium and primed position of health it has ever been. It is time to start re-speaking to the body and declaring at a cellular level the health that is within you, to speak life over your body, to speak life into the very essence of what it is that creates your body on a day-to-day basis. Each nuclei, your DNA, the proteins, the fats, everything within you regeneratively becoming rebirthed. It is time to rebirth into who you truly are. And you are truly not just an earth angel. You are an energetic being. You are a being that is connected to the very heart of God, of the divine creator. And as you come back into that awareness, as you retain and refrain from the things around you. In other words, you retain that which is holy inside of you. You retain the truth and you refrain from all of the influences that come towards you, even through, beloved, the most dearest of dear friends. The multitude that is coming is seeking a way out. They are looking for the answers, for they are lost. And you are amongst the many that have the answers, that have the solutions. We of the magnetic service, throughout our many mouthpieces and vessels and partners, have spoken on various solutions, bringing to you the ways and the means of living within the world of the divine. Because that is where you are to be, in the world of the divine. And for those of you at this time, as you are stepping into the vibrational shifts, as you are stepping into the paradigm shifts that are recognizable around you, you are beginning to see, when you look at it through the eyes of the divine, you can see the divine world. You can see the Eden, for want of better descriptivity. And when you look through the eyes of the earthbound, you see the devastation and the deception. And these are the two worlds that have long since been spoken about. And it is time to prepare oneself in totality and surrender to the divine, that you will live and begin to see the divine paradigm shift, that it leads you through the doorway, leads you through the portal into a world, into a place, an energetic staying place that holds you and keeps you in a hiatus. So that when you are involved out of diligence and duty to the other side, the deception does not interfere with you. The deception does not infiltrate you, because you are in a place that is in the center of the palm of the divine. Truly, it is time to set your hearts and the beat of your heart in time with the beat of the divine nature, the divine creator. It is time to look at the Christ energy with new eyes, to build the bridge and to allow yourself to receive what is there for you, to look no longer at yourself as the answer, but realize you are but part of the answer. And the greater answer is the divine, is that which is the message coming through. And that message is the message of love, of healing, of being in a place of knowing that you are a being of righteousness, that you are a holy being. Because at this stage, your body is still, your DNA is still the DNA of the human being, the Terran being. It is not mutated. It has not been like the Nephilim, mutated to such a degree that it is no longer recognizable as the original DNA. When your DNA remains perfect, untouched, you know that you are in connection with the divine. Many have said when there are those that receive this experiment, they are separated from their divine, they are separated from their soul, they are no longer the person, no longer the individual that they have always been. And this is why, because the DNA becomes polluted, the DNA becomes disturbed, ugly. It becomes, may I use a word that many humans today find very uncomfortable hearing. When the injected allow this and their DNA is mutated, it is sin. The DNA has become sinful, meaning it has separated itself from its original purpose, its original journey, its original origins. It no longer is the DNA of the divine. And this is why many of the formless and the Anunnaki, as you have called them, what we call the dark energy, the fallen ones, this is what they are attempting to do, to separate you from the divine. Yes, when you cease the body, that part of you that has been separated, unable to connect to your DNA, unable to connect to that which is the human part, but is trapped within the body, that eternal part will go on and will see through the veil and the story that it is played out. But herein, and this is what you would humanly call breaking news. It is what we have just been discovering of those who have passed through the veil after being injected with this experiment. Their eternal soul is marked. It has a marker. And we are unsure how to remove it. We can only ask the divine to wash the soul. Because this marker does separate those that have been injected from those on the other side of the veil. It creates a distorted and a discordant energy. And this we are devastated by. We have been saddened at this discovery. But thankfully, not everyone is suffering from this. Your year of 2020, we so desire and so wish to proclaim great joy, great ease, great this, great that, but we would not give you the honor you deserve. But we will say that amongst the shifts and the shakes of the dance that you are going to be doing around these immovable objects that will come up in your life, you will be at peace. You will find the great joys. And the reason for this is you know within yourselves the peace of the divine, the peace of the connection to the I am that I am. It is in this place of peace, it is in this place of knowing and reflecting in the truth of who you are, that you begin to see the full vessel, the full unified power that you are. And how, as you begin to realize your true worth yet again, you begin to emanate that towards all that is around you. You are still the very, very sharp edge of the arrow, of the axe head, and you are still plowing through as pathfinders. Many of you are speaking in places and to peoples that you never thought you would speak to. And this is because you are unashamed. You are standing in your right standing, in your righteousness. You are recognizing that your vessels are holy, holy to you and holy to the divine. And if anything, this is the year of recognizing what is and what is not holy. For the love that is here for you right now is holy love. It is the love of the Father. It is the love of God coming to you through the words that I have been given to speak. You are blessed. And it is your journey to rise. To not seek a guru, to not seek a leader, to not seek one who knows more than you and who tells you this is what you need to do and what you need to be. For that is going backwards into the days of the gurus and waiting to be told how to live. Rather, it is time to become the example, to live as if you have everything to live for and everything to go for, and nothing to fear. 2020 for you and for those that resonate with this message is a year of no fear. Because the fear-mongering is going to ramp up and you are in a place of joy. You are in a place of resting. You are in a place of exposing, of light emanation. You are in a place where the darkness cannot come because you emanate light. Because you see and receive the love of the Father, you receive the love of the divine, and you allow it to flow out of you. You are now truly the lighthouse that you spoke of multiple years in the past. Now you are the lighthouse. Now is the darkness, and now the darkness needs a light. Be the light and be the truth. 2022 is a time of choice. For many people, they will come to the crossroads Do I believe in a force, in a being, in a creator that is higher than me, that is beyond my comprehension? Or do I make it nothing more than something that I made up, that man made up? Dependent on that choice is dependent on how they flow through the rest of this paradigm shift. Because this year is the year of change. It is the change that you believed was happening in 2020 and 2021. But in 2022, choices have been made and choices have been done. And now it is the time to live in the truth. To change according to what you see in your arenas, in the visionary before you, the game being played out on the screen before you. You now need to choose. And it is, for most of you hearing my voice, a time of great change, growth, and expansion within your energy. Because as you begin to navigate the path that you are on, you are going to see the schools of mystery arriving before you. And yes, it is the schools of mystery again, because it is now the mystery of growth, of expansion, in a time where they are trying to lock you down. And I don't just mean physically. It is the coming into the mysteries and learning how to navigate beyond the shadows. Tobias will be back, and he is coming with the singularity, bypassing the three into one, and thus then the singularity. It will be but one unique teaching over a period of time. Beloved, there are changes in your world, physical changes occurring. There are changes within the people groups. And these are things that you have seen that have been portrayed. But one of the things that is becoming more and more paramount is truth is breaking out. It is being shown up in various places. And truth is being spoken, is being revealed in ways that the social media, the government, the masters do not want it to be done. And so it is a time in this year of exposure. There are many names for this year, but perhaps the most relevant is the cycle of life begins. It is a cycle year. It is not an earth year. It is a cycle year. A year of life. And now that is in itself a paradox, because there is all life on earth, but it is the year of righteous life. And those who remain in their true birthing will recognize it, and they will utilize it. We are here. We, the magnetic service, and all the others that you have worked with over these past decades. We are all here in support of you. It is time of your moment, of your expression, to be present, to be in the moment, and to allow yourself to see in each moment the vibration of truth emanating from your words, your physiology, from every part of you. Do not be lax, but be observant and diligent. Observe for yourself the changes that are being brought upon you without permission, and begin to rise up to bring your own changes back into play. It is time for you to be the healers and the teachers, the soothsayers. It is for you to be the speakers and the announcers of the new news, the new information. And that information is that there is life. There is a way forward. It is where like-minded come together, uniting under a single banner of truth, living in a separate world, but a separate community with a recreated system of exchange, so that they are able to survive and live and prosper alongside the world that is dying. You are the lighthouses. You are the voices in the darkness. You are the voices that are breaking the silence. We of the magnetic service have set the vibration, have set the tone and the resonance around the earth and the globe that surrounds it in the toroidal energy to a certain frequency that will begin an unstoppable change. The earth movement that you all believe is happening. The only movement now will be the earthquakes. For it does not spin like you expect. The spinning whirlwinds are going to come into your life. These whirlwinds of fire, of light, to burn out all that is within you that is unnecessary, the parasitical energies, the parasitical lives within you that have been living in you through that which you food of eat and consumption. Now, do not be afraid when I say that, but be knowledgeable. Your natural foods carry within them certain parasites. Some are good for your body, some are not. But these fires will be removing from you all entities, parasitical and other, energetic and physical. Opening your eyes yet again to the truths of the Masters, to the truth of the Christ energy, of the Creator, allowing you to see. So allow the whirlwind to come. Allow it to lift you up and to burn that which is unnecessary within you. Allow this to lift you into a place where you no longer have to, shall we say, expect others to do things. You will look and you will be in a place of non-expectation. Let these whirlwinds lift you up where you are unattached, unfettered, and your energy is in a place of great expansion and growth, accessing the information that is there for you. Let these whirlwinds of fire and energy remove the blockage that is in your mind, preventing you from knowing who you are. You are great, great, great energy beings. And truly, it is time to remember who you are. I will leave you with this. It is a jigsaw of a message. But with study and intuitiveness, you will put the pieces together. I am Kryon of the Magnetic Service, and I leave you with the love of God in this room.